How's it going, everyone? You have not seen this face in quite some time, since the end of August, I think. Where the hell have I been? Oh, I was at school, so there goes all the suspense and surprise there. I go away to school now, and I had a lot of work, 17 credits, so I really wasn't able to gain as much aside from like Smash and the occasional Ninja Gaiden and stuff like that. But that's over and done with until next semester, so I've got some time to make some videos. And I was going to come out of the gate charging today, you know, because we got a lot of dumb bullshit that's happened. That Project J game, I forget what it's called, Project J, there's like another word in it, by CyberConnect 2, that's going to be some fan service bullshit. But I figured, you know, it's nice. Let's welcome me back. Let's not hate me instantly, because I still see I get comments on the Naruto video, and that's just hilarious because I don't even read them, but I just see like I'll get this huge block in my email that's just like, comment has been posted on I hate Naruto Part 2 Terminator Arrival, and it'll just be like 45 comments just one after another, because I know it's just one guy going after the other guy, and I'm like, these people have nothing better to do than argue about this. But anyway, that aside, let's ease into this nice and we're coming back from vacation. You don't want to hit the books. You just want to talk about a nice RPG that I had time to finish up now that school is over and that sort of stuff. And that is Xenoblade Chronicles for the Wii. Now, a lot of hype has been put into this game. Not so much on, you know, like, oh, it's going to be groundbreaking news, just that a lot of work was put into it by Operation Rainfall. I made the Operation Rainfall video like a fucking long time ago. And eventually our cries were heard. I mean, I don't know how they don't pay attention already, but that's for another video entirely. And we eventually got the game, and I got it day one. I had to get it day one. This is the alternate cover, by the way. You flip it around, it's the cover that you would normally see. Now, does it own up and hold up to all the expectations and, I guess, just general hype that had been in the game? And in a word, yes. But there's a lot to discuss, and I kind of have some negative things. They're not really negative, though. But it's just... Alright, we'll just get into it, alright. General little story... Oh man, I'm real rusty at this, but... General story overlook thing. We have Shulk, the main character. He's your typical, stereotypical teenage boy, lives in a town, and then all of a sudden these robot things called Mechons come and attack one day, and he gets the power of the sword called the Monado. And that's what the whole game revolves around, is a sword called the Monado and the power it wields. The power it wields is that it can travel, like you can see ahead into the future and try to prevent, like, someone's going to die or someone's going to get really hurt or something like that. You can foresee it, and then you can prevent it. So that's what the whole thing is about, you know. He's trying to change the destiny of the human race, or whatever they're called, I can't remember. The Homs, yes, that's what they're called. Change the destiny of the Homs race, and that's all, you know. Story is good, and it's very consistent all the way through. You're kind of, you know, you'll see one character and where they live and that sort of stuff. And it's not so stereotypical, and as in, like, I don't know, for example, a Tales game where you're just like, alright, I've seen this fucking 500 times, or a Final Fantasy game where you just want to hit your head against the wall because it's so asinine and retarded. This game actually had a good story, so... And the battle system, I'm trying to keep this short. The battle system is fantastic. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but again, it deals with the Monado and how you can foresee, let's say there's going to be a fatal attack against one of your characters. It's party of 3. You'll foresee it, and then you can go, if you have enough of the party gauge, you can go and warn the character or warn any other character, and then they get like a free hit where the time stops and they can hopefully prevent the attack or draw the attack towards them so they can take it and they won't die or something like that. So it's an active a battle system too, so it really makes you think on your feet, especially in some of the really hard boss battles that you'll come through in this game. And it's just, that's the main, I've said this in videos past, that's the main reason to play an RPG. Story, I've come to realize, is very little in terms of icing on the cake. The real meat of the game is in the battle system, especially in a game like this where you could easily spend 150 to 200 hours just bullshitting around and doing all this sort of stuff. You want to have a battle system that's gonna, you know, keep you entertained all the way through. And now to speak about something that, me personally, this isn't really a gripe, but there is a lot of fucking stuff to do in this game. In my opinion, there is way too much stuff to do in this game. It can almost be distracting, I'd say, because there's quests, you'll get quests, you'll go to towns, you'll get quests, and that helps you develop your affinity and like relationships with the people in the town, and also your affinity and relationships with your party members. There's different skill branches you can get. You come with 3, and then you can get 4 and 5. There's different weapons you can get. You can rebuild this colony, Colony 6, and that involves you collecting materials and that sort of stuff. You can craft gems. There's just literally, you can fight these unique monsters. That was the coolest thing, is like you'll be in this area and there'll be a really strong monster that you're not able to fight yet. Because it's not like in, let's say, I'm trying to think of one, Pokemon, just to pick something that's very basic example everyone knows. In the area where you are at the time, like let's say you're in fucking Vermilion Forest, or yeah, and all the Pokemon around you are exactly the same level as your Pokemon at that time. So that way, as you go through the game, there's never really any sort of increase in difficulty. While in this game, the maps are huge. Like literally, the whole world map. There's no like exploring. Don't get like secret powers or anything. Yeah, new pathways and that sort of stuff will open up throughout the game, but pretty much that is it. And there'll be monsters all over the place. Most of them will be around the level that you are at the time, but there will be some that are, a little bit stronger than you, and some that are like level 79 and you're like level 25, so there's absolutely no way. But to see those monsters are usually really big, and you're like, holy shit, there is no way I can fight this thing right now. So, but just the amount of content for that's really, I can really only recommend it for a hardcore RPG enthusiast, where RPGs are the only genre you play. Because I like to do as many side quests as I can when I'm playing an RPG, but when it's this much, and I'm like, I finished the main story in 65 hours, and I did some side quests just to get a few different abilities, and you don't want to just rush through the whole entire game. But after a certain point, I'm like, alright, I'm approaching 70 hours, and I gotta finish this game up. And the final boss, once you get this ability for the Monado, it's from a side quest, so you don't have to get it, but I ended up just getting it because I couldn't beat the final boss and I was grinding, yada yada yada. And it was not that hard, but overall I think they could have trimmed some of the fat, but in that regard, you want to have too much and, instead of not enough. So to look at it from that way, you can't really complain. Is this the RPG to play this generation? Yes, absolutely. What the hell else are you going to play? That's the only question I really need to raise for you. Yeah, there's Radiant Historia on DS, which was a fantastic game, but this is the RPG that proves that there's still a little bit of life left in RPGs. You just have to use a little bit of ingenuity. You can't just be like, oh, Final Fantasy 13, let's just clusterfuck the whole series and make it complete bullshit. This game was well thought out, and I'm really shocked that Nintendo didn't even want to, or didn't even consider to bring this game over at some point, because why wouldn't they? It sold really well, and I think that led to us getting the last story as well, which I have back here. I'm going to play that right now. I'm playing through Skyward Sword. God, my wrist hurts from that. But overall, this is a really solid game, and I can't really recommend any other RPG on the Wii, like Arc Rise Fantasia. What else are you going to play? If you have a Wii, or if you have just gotten a Wii U, which I did not get, and maybe that'll be a video I'll discuss as to why you should wait on getting the Wii U instead of getting it now, which everyone seems to do. Or not everyone, but you know what I mean. But anyways, a solid game. Give it a shot. I think if you enjoy RPGs, but it's not for the casual gamer that likes like Call of Duty or that sort of bullshit. This is for someone who's played RPGs and knows what the hell they want. But anyways, guys, that was rough. Not my best video, but it's been like 3 months or 4 months since I last made 4 months since I last made one. So give me a break. There will be more coming soon, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Take it easy.